to go? I'm good to go, thank you. There you go. Oh. Rear cam roll.
Close to F. House out. And blackout.
One step at a time, a father's journey.
How many times have I asked you guys to flush the toilet?
3 times. Maybe 100 times.
We did it. The house is clean. Guys!
You need to put accessories in the house. Daddy, can I come in, please? Dad, I fell.
Oh, I'm pregnant.
Cool. Hello? Oh, hi, just a minute. Beth! Is the midwife. Yeah, you want to take it upstairs? Oh, yeah, sure, I can stay on the phone. Wait, our son. We're having a boy? What irregularities? What does that mean? Is he gonna be okay? Yeah, an MRI is no problem. But in 2 days, I'm gonna be teaching in Mexico. No, of course, the sooner the better. Yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Bye. Beth, I can't go. Are you sure you can do this alone? Yeah, okay, so your mom can go with you. And then as soon as the appointment is done, you Skype me, okay? And then until then, we stay positive, because you heard what she said. It might be nothing.
Hashtag, it may be nothing. Hashtag, it could be everything. Step 1, 3 days later, a letter to my unborn son.
My love, your mother and I found out definitively today that you have something called Spina Bifida, Hydrocephalus, and Chiari malformation type 2. The doctors tell your mom that you'll probably never be able to walk, that you might be paralyzed from the waist to down. I'm told that you're still kicking in mommy's womb. But soon these kicks, these shuffles, these flaps, they might be your last. On the day that I write you this letter, I am alone in my hotel room in Mexico, supporting our family by teaching and choreographing and adjudicating dance. I have to teach all of these able-bodied children who can walk. I get to show them this art, I get to share with them this art form that I love so much, that brings me so much joy. But I want you to know the joy that is tap dance. When I was younger, I was a terrible dancer, but I loved it. I was told many times over that I just would not be able to have a career in dance. I just wasn't good enough. Now, people had already given up on me as a dancer. They'd already determined my future. My adversities are not yours. They're not even close. But whatever your dreams are, we're going to achieve them together. Look, I'm not sad and upset because of the challenges your arrival will bring. I mean, this is a new journey that your family and I are willing to face because, son, we love you. Son, I love you. I'm sad because you might never know the joy of making music with your feet, of making shapes with your entire body, of expressing your deepest emotions through dance. If that's even something you want to do. That's not to say you won't know music, though. If you let me, I will teach you the piano, I'll teach you the guitar, I'll teach you the saxophone. If you need me to, I will turn down whatever dream show might come my way. And if necessary, I'll just put this whole acting and singing and dancing career on hold because the potential for your future is infinite, and I am not giving up on you. And your mom and I, and your sisters, and your aunties and your uncles, and your aji and your aja, and your grandma and your grandpa, we are all here for you. We are praying so hard for you. I just want to kiss your feet, caress your cheek, and bite your nose. I just want to hold you. I can't wait for you to be here. I love you. Your daddy.
Hashtag, we got this. Hashtag, dad things.
Day by day, one step at a time. And when it's just too much to climb, we stay in this day and don't gaze far away. We take it day by day, one step at a time. When I returned from Mexico, life is filled with unexpected doctor's appointments and assessments, and while Beth and I are quietly freaking out on the inside, on the outside, we want to normalize the arrival of our son for our daughters, Nyasha and Sophia. Now, I want to explain to them early on about his condition. So, we're going to have to teach him a lot. Yeah, like his shapes and his numbers and his ABCs. Yeah, but, we're going to have to help him walk. He might not be able to, but I'll just show him how. No, his legs might not work the same as ours. He might even need a wheelchair. A wheelchair? Probably. Huh. It's gonna be so small and cute, and we'll get to push it.
Hashtag, sometimes kids have it all figured out. Step 2, 1 month later, coming and going.
Now, my passport was getting a workout, and so are my running shoes. I finished teaching at the DC Tap Festival, fly home to Toronto, where immediately Beth and I go to Sick Kids Hospital for tests and appointments and assessments, followed by more at Mount Sinai Hospital. Now there, we learn about this alternate experimental surgery not offered in Canada at the time. You see, when a spina bifida baby is born, they almost immediately take them into surgery, do what they can to repair the malformed spine and close that significant hole in the back. Now, in the United States, there are a few hospitals who can do this surgery in the womb. Clock was ticking. They don't offer this surgery beyond 26 weeks. And when we discovered we were able to go, our baby was 25 weeks and 2 days. I mean, on top of that, we had to see if there was coverage, so I had to quickly deal with Canada's Ministry of Health. Hi, yes, this is Andrew. Thanks for getting back to me. Yeah, so you've been briefed on the situation and the time frame and 20 days. No. They told us that if we're not there in 2 days, he's no longer eligible for the surgery. No, sooner? There was no sooner. This just happened. This all just happened. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you got to help us out on this one. So you'll call us back in a couple hours? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Believe it or not, she called me back within a few hours. Like our government was ready to cover the costs of the consultations, the surgery, and then the birth. If we had to stay there due to the surgery, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Hashtag Canadian healthcare.
So the next day, we are on a plane to the Vanderbilt Children's Hospital in Nashville, Tennessee. Once we get there, our day is filled with consultations from 5 different specialists, from a neurosurgeon to a pediatrician. And they all individually talk us through this mountain of information. And it turns out that the surgery was not likely to restore any mobility as we initially thought. If anything, it could solve the hydrocephalus problem, but because of our baby's advanced age, they couldn't guarantee that. They couldn't guarantee anything. The operation would put both Beth and him at tremendous risk. And the more we discovered, the more it just wasn't the miracle we hoped it could be. Beth and I prayed a lot. So what you think? No, okay, I can go first. Look, Beth, I know we came down here ready to do the surgery, right? But after listening to them specialists, I don't think we should do it anymore. I mean, I think the risks outweigh the benefits to both you and him. If he was younger, if he was like 23 week, Yeah, maybe, but he's old, babe. It's 25 weeks and 6 days. Look, it's your body. It's your call. But I don't think we should do it anymore. And she was so relieved because she had also changed her mind, and this weight was just lifted, and we were smiling for the first time in days. Like we went to get ice cream. The surgery wasn't gonna fix anything for us. We never wanted to fix our little guy.
Hashtag not trying to fix him.
We just wanted to give him his best shot. And if he can't walk, then I will carry him, and we will have little waltzes.
Step 3. 12 weeks later, Ezra arrives.
In late June, 1 week ahead of schedule, as a joint effort between Sick Kids Hospital and Mount Sinai Hospital, Ezra Courage made his entry into the world. His first day out of the womb was his first major surgery, where they did what they could to repair the malformed spine and close the significant hole in his back. We had to keep him on his tummy, and he was connected to all of these machines and the IVs in his impossibly tiny veins. As a result, we had to live as sick kids for the first 2 weeks of his life. Living in a hospital is weird. That first night, I stole these bench cushions from the hall to sleep on in our room. But after a week, you get used to it. But then there are all of these announcements over the PA, and they're all in code. Like code this into that, code that into this. And you wonder if something bad is happening. And then you wonder if they're gonna have to call that for you. And every morning, we're measuring his head circumference and reporting it to our doctors, because if the fluid buildup in the ventricles of his brain gets too big, then we gotta prep him for brain surgery, maybe install a shunt. So I keep my eyes on his monitor. His heart rate drops, so I call the nurse. Nurse, is something wrong, or did his IV slip? We stick it back and restart the drip. I hear code blue in the atrium. Announcements not meant for everyone. It's time to change the dressings on his back. I never thought I'd be doing that. And we never wanted to fix you. Oh, just wanted to give you your best shot. Little waltzes. We'll have little waltzes. We met so many other parents living as sick kids. They'd been there for much longer than we had, and they'd uprooted their families and their lives. And we shared stories and hugs and shoulders. And then I shake my head and I jump back into my non-hospital life, because my wife is requesting specific clothes and snacks from home. And I'm trying to spend one night at the hospital and one night at home with my daughters. And it is a balancing act that I am more than willing to attempt, but it is a lot. And this back and forth has me spread thin. But Beth needs her purple sweater and other things. One night with you and then home the next. A night with my daughters so they don't get vexed. Other parents waiting to say goodbye. This could be much worse, son, you're still alive. And our friends and family come to visit you. We'll find the balance, this journey's new. And we never wanted to fix you. Oh, just wanted to give you your best shot. Little waltzes, we'll have little waltzes. It was revitalizing, stepping out into the sun after days of being in the hospital, whether it was to go teach a tap class or go to an audition, still covered in my sick kids badges and passes. And then I returned to the hospital, and a nurse is coaching me through catheterizing my son. And then I sing to him for the next 2 hours until his next cath, and Beth and I take turns, try to give each other a break, try to catch some sleep. But Beth, wake up, it's time for his catheter. Our sleep escapes us, we're so tired. And I sing him songs all day by his side. The chair cushions on the floor to sleep at night. I dream about how he might not dance, but I'll dance him around when I get the chance. We'll have little waltzes, he and I, but not so little if they make him smile. And we never wanted to fix you, oh, just wanted to give you your best shot. Little waltzes, we'll have little waltzes. Oh, and we never wanted to fix you, oh, just wanted to give you your best shot. Little waltzes, we'll have little waltzes.
Hashtag, you are not broken. Hashtag, shall we dance? Step 4. First months at home, you gotta relax.
As a special needs baby, Ezra wasn't that much different from our girls. I mean, like the day-to-day stuff was all the same. Baby gotta eat, baby gotta sleep, baby needs interaction. The biggest difference was catheterization. Now listen, I didn't know I'd become an expert or anything, but when you do something 4 to 10 times a day, you get pretty good at it. I didn't know that irrigating the bladder was a thing. This is like flushing the bladder out with saline solution to help prevent infection. I wish I knew from the beginning. I make saline solution every morning. You might ask a neighbor for like a cup of sugar. Y'all ever need saline solution? I got you. We also have a lot of lubricating gel for catheterization. On more than one occasion, I have run into the Shoppers Drug Mart, scouring the baby aisle, looking for lube, and then get frustrated, like, how could they be out? This is Shoppers Drug Mart, like, what's up? And then as I'm about to confront the clerk about the shortage, I realize that lube can be found in a completely different aisle altogether. Did you know that the human body has like 50 different kinds of sphincters? And they're all super great, like incredible even, until they don't want to open. That's the hardest part about cathing a baby. They can't control that, and we assume Ezra will never be able to. But you know, generally you gotta be relaxed for things to like pass through other things. This one time, I'm cathing Ezra, and I just cannot get this thing to go in. I must have been standing there for 45, 60 minutes, and I sang him every song in our bedtime repertoire to get him to relax, you know. Smile, though your heart is aching. Nothing. L is for the way you look at me. Nothing. Ezra, you gotta relax so I can get this thing in. And that he thought was funny. You gotta relax so I can do my thing. You gotta relax so I can get this thing in. You gotta relax so I can do my thing. You gotta relax so I can catheterize you. Man, you gotta stay cool. I know you thinking of food. I'm not trying to be rude, but you gotta pee through this tube, this thing in your thing. That's how I'll catheterize you. And most of the other fathers, they change some diapers. Most of the other mothers wipe some bums, but you and me, we take a little longer in the family bathroom. We're almost done, but we're having fun. Yes, we're having fun. It's finally in. And yes, that's a grin on top of my chin. I guess I'm a model parenting wing. That's because I finally relieved your bladder. I emptied your bladder. Now nothing's the matter, 'cause I emptied your bladder. You no longer sadder. I relieved your bladder. And if I was a scatter, well, I scat like a scatter. As wicked as we do, as wicked as we ba-do pop, as wicked as we do, as wicked as we ba-do pop, as wicked as we do, as wicked as we ba-do pop.
Hashtag, there is more than one sphincter? Hashtag, catheterization can be fun. Step 5, 8 weeks later, river dance and my first time away.
When Ezra was about 3 months old, I landed a featured role in Riverdance. Now, that had been the biggest contract I'd ever been offered at the time. And the initial gig was only 4 weeks, and I had never been away from my family for that amount of time since ever. I don't know if I would have taken it if it wasn't for Beth. She's the one who was saying, we'll figure it out. We got to take it. This is what we've been working for. It's pretty incredible. So fast forward, I am in Winnipeg. First day of rehearsal. I got to learn the show in 2 days. Rehearsal's going well. I'm on a break. So of course, I check my phone. There's a message from Beth. Not to freak you out, rushing Ezra to hospital in an ambulance. His fever is really high. He's not breathing well. Your mom and your sister are coming to watch the girls. What? Richard, I gotta call home. No, something's wrong. I don't know if I have to go home. Hello? He has a what? A UTI, urinary tract infection. Do I need to come home, babe? No, I'm good. I'm good if you're good. I can do this if you're good. Okay, then please keep texting me updates and... Okay, I gotta get back. I love you so much, babe. Andrew, you gotta relax. You got this under control. You gotta relax. That's what we've been working for. You gotta relax. You're out achieving your goals. You gotta stay cool. Your family's watching the kids, and this is the piz. I mean, we're dreaming bigger than big, so dismiss the guilt. Because you know that it's teamwork. It's teamwork that makes the dream work. And to make this dream work, you gotta have teamwork. We're making the dream work.
Hashtag making the dream work.
This is when I learned that I'm really good at compartmentalizing. Because Beth was on mat leave and my family had stepped up, I was able to just focus like 100% on the show. This was also the beginning of Ezra's little habit to always get a UTI every time I go away for a gig. Like every time, actually. Later on, I'm doing a musical in St. Jacobs. And to maintain a sense of normalcy for my family, instead of living near the theater, I stay at home and commute every day. And this way, every morning I can wake up and make the breakfast, pack the lunches, do the hair, get the girls to school, cast Ezra, and then drive 1 hour to an 8-hour day of rehearsal. And then back in time for bedtime. Now, one day, Ezra gets a UTI. So I get home from rehearsal, and him and I go to Sick Kids where we have to spend the night. Of course, I don't sleep. And then the next day, I'm back at St. Jacobs for another 8-hour day of rehearsal. But when you love someone and something, you do what you gotta do.
Hashtag, can a baby plan a urinary tract infection? Hashtag, it ain't brain surgery. Step 6, 16 weeks later, the day I let go.
There was always this impending brain surgery looming over us. Some babies need this surgery right away. Ezra didn't. Ezra made it to 6 months before our doctors told us that the fluid buildup in the ventricles of his brain was getting too severe and that they had to intervene. We also found out about this alternate experimental surgery offered as sick kids, and we had like the world-leading surgeon right here. This surgery didn't involve the installation of a shunt or anything, and could still solve the hydrocephalus problem. So after an MRI, it turned out that Ezra was a candidate, and off we went. We were really excited until we had to face the fact that Ezra was going in for invasive brain surgery. Our neurosurgeon was very confident that everything was going to be fine. I mean, but it's brain surgery. Anything. Everything could go wrong. The hardest thing I ever had to do was hand my baby over to the surgical team. That physical action of passing him off to these strangers, again, passing him off into this unknown future, not knowing if he would come out on the other side.
Mr. Prashad,
It's a big day. I pray for a good day. Could be our last day. I need so much for you to stay. Lord, please don't take him. Don't take him away. Oh, how I need him. I need him to stay. Give him back when this is over, so he can grow just a few months older. The surgery was only supposed to last 3 hours. So at that 4-hour mark, Beth and I went to get some tea. Look, babe, whatever happens, if this is our last day with him, then at least yesterday he had a good day. You know, like he played with his sisters, he had good food, we shared love, and we had these conversations with God, just pleading for our son's life. Lord, please don't take him away. Oh, how I need him to stay. You give him back when this is over, so he can grow just a few years older.
Mr. Prashad,
After almost 5 hours, the neurosurgeon came to speak with us. And though it had been like 2 agonizing hours longer than expected, he said that the surgery went extremely well. It just took longer due to some excessive bleeding. So then he took us to see our son. And the next week, Sick Kids was our home away from home. Again.
Hashtag not out of the woods yet. Step 7. 4 weeks later, the dark night.
Once we get home, over the next 3 weeks, things start to get back to normal. Our family starts to find its rhythm, casting Ezra, measuring his head circumference, prepping lunches, getting the girls to school, prepping for and going to auditions. One night, Beth decides she wants to take the girls to dance. I stay home with Ez, so I go to wake him up, when suddenly, without warning, he just throws up. Like a lot. And it's always bad news when a Spina Bifida baby with hydrocephalus vomits, because it could mean all kinds of terrible things.
Stay calm.
So I stay calm. I run his bath, and I cath him, and I bath him.
He's so cold.
And he starts shivering, like uncontrollably.
And I'm not sure why.
But his teeth are chattering, and he's panting for breath, and of course he's pooping, So I want to clean him up and put a diaper on him, but he's just so cold.
But why?
Is he in shock from throwing up?
The surgery?
Is the surgery failing?
Keep him warm.
So I just wrap him up, and we go to the end of his bed. And I wrap us up in this giant duvet, and I blast the space heater.
Don't let go.
And I hold him, and I hug him so tight.
Beth.
I text Beth, and she says, call Sick Kids. Of course, call Sick Kids. So as I'm calling Sick Kids, I wonder if I should just clean him up and go.
But it might be nothing.
But it might be nothing, and I don't want him to have to spend the night.
Or more.
Or more in the hospital. Sick Kids answered the phone. They said the doctor's gonna call me back. So I just hold him, and I rock him. And I rock him. We sing like everything. Jesus loves me. You are my sunshine. Smile though your heart is aching. And he starts to calm down.
Calm down.
If that's even what he was before, like uncalm. But his teeth aren't chattering as much, and he's catching his breath, and his temperature seems okay. And then I'm conflicted because I wonder if he's getting back to himself. Or if he's leaving us and this is gonna be his last moments here. Sick Kids calls me back. They say that on top of the vomiting, over the next 48 hours, I should continue to look for symptoms of hydrocephalus, the fontanelle, getting hard, lethargy, and if they persist, then we gotta go to emergency. But so far, he's only vomited.
Maybe he's just sick.
Maybe he's sick. Babies get sick. Typical babies get sick.
Don't let go.
So I just hold him and I rock him. And Beth and the girls come home, and she and I debate whether we should just go to Sick Kids. But he's falling asleep. So we cath him, and we clean him up, and we put him to bed. I decide that I am sleeping with him, and he makes it through the night. And then the next day, he seems himself. And Beth and I ask ourselves,
Hashtag, is this the new norm? Hashtag, parent life. Step 8, 7 months later, wait till you see what love can do.
balancing medical appointments and physiotherapies with auditions, balancing Ezra's needs with those of my wife and my daughters. And all while my career was developing, so was Ezra. Beth, you see what he's doing? And somehow hope beyond hope and some divine intervention, Ezra begins to pull up on the couch. Yes, just make sure you hold his ankles, because remember they said that he can't feel his feet. And I don't know if it's because he just always sees his sisters moving all around and he just didn't want to be left out. But then Ezra got up onto all fours. And that was an achievement in itself, but then he got that right knee forward. And then he got that left knee forward. Come on, babe, come on. And then he crawled 5 crawls in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We go to Aaron Oak Kids for our speech therapy, physiotherapy, and occupational therapies. And there they told us we got to get him these AFOs, ankle foot orthosis. And these leg braces will keep his feet and his ankles in proper position for strengthening and safety. And once we got him used to these leg braces, we started working on climbing the stairs. Come on, baby. Next foot, next foot. To see his face when he climbs these stairs, we never knew it would be possible. And wait till you see what love can do. It can build hearts or break them into two. And it's carried me through so many times. I'm so glad I got you to call mine. I'll wait till you see what love can be. It's the strength to move mountains, I've seen it move your feet. It's the will not to give up in the darkest of hours. We're so glad we got you to call ours. And wait till you see what love has done. It gave me a wife, 2 daughters, and a son who is breaking the boundaries that's being set on you. I know that you're glad you got me too.
Hashtag, the future is bright. Step 9, the story continues.
Over the last few years, a chunk of my theater career has taken me away from my family. I don't know if I would have been able to do any of it if it wasn't for Beth, my wife. My mom, my sister, my auntie, my dad, Uncle Potts, all of our extended caregivers who came together to make it work. River dance was the beginning, and we made it work. A few years ago, I was offered a principal role in the world premiere musical Monsoon Wedding at Berkeley Rep Theater in California. The guilt that I felt before leaving and while I was there almost stopped me. I really didn't know if my family could manage without me, but for 4 months, we endured early morning Skype calls. For 4 months, we were paying 2 rents. For 4 months, I survived on scrambled eggs and toast to send home as much money as possible, all the while paying the bills online, ordering the medication, ordering the catheters, and doing whatever else I could do to help ease the load off of Beth. I mean, she's the reason I was there. She's the one who was saying, we're gonna figure it out. We've got to take this. This is what we've been working for. She's my rock, and I'm hers. I learned that as much as I love acting and singing and dancing on stage or on screen, I love my family more. I learned that for me to go away for that extended period of time again, it'd have to be the opportunity of a lifetime. That's why gigs like Beauty and the Beast at Young People's Theatre in Toronto, or Holiday Inn at the Shaw Festival in Niagara-on-the-Lake were such blessings because they were answers to a prayer of being able to do what I love while being with those whom I love. And I guess that's what the future's gonna be. Assessing my family's needs, and then the career, and then the finances, and seeing if I can go away for a role or not. It's okay, I said I would turn down whatever dream show might come my way, and I meant it. Doesn't mean I'm not actively looking for work, y'all. Just means it's about timing. If Hamilton calls, if Lin-Manuel calls, we're gonna figure it out. People ask us all the time, how do we manage, how do we do this? And I tell them the same thing every time. We take it day by day.
Hashtag one step at a time.
Day by day, one step at a time. And when it's just too much to climb, we stay in this day and don't gaze far away or far ahead in the unknown. No matter how much faith is shown, the what-ifs are overwhelming, overpowering, overbearing. So we take it day by day, one step at a time. But when it gets too much, the defeat is too rough. Burdens weigh you down like weights on your feet when you're drowning. But when it gets too much, the defeat is too rough. Burdens weigh you down like weights on your feet when you're drowning. You keep your eyes up, don't flutter. You're one foot in front of the other. Hearts filled with joy from what love brings will pick us up. There are more songs to sing. You keep your eyes up, don't flutter. You're one foot in front of the other. Heart filled with joy from what love brings will pick us up. There are more songs to sing. When it gets too much, the defeat's too rough. Burdens weigh you down like weights on your feet when you're drowning. When it gets too much, the defeat's too rough. Burdens weigh you down like weights on your feet when you're drowning. You keep your eyes up, don't flutter. You're one foot in front of the other. Your heart filled with joy from what love brings will pick us up. There are more songs to sing. You keep Keep your eyes up, don't flutter. You're one foot in front of the other. Hearts filled with joy from what love brings will pick us up. There are more songs to sing. And to be strong in this moment. Our resilience, we can hone it. And a struggle, we can own it when our energy is focused. So we take it day by day, and one step at a time. 'Cause when it's just too much to climb, we stay and don't get as far away. We take it day by day, one step at a time. And first he kicked. His foot was flexed. He bent his knees. He stretched his legs. And then he kept his head off the ground, bearing weight on his arms. He swung his hips. He kept his chest up. And then that left knee he tucked under. Come on, babe. Come on, love. And then nothing. You can do this. You can do this. Just pick up that other foot, babe. No progress. Come on, love. Just reach for me, reach for me, reach for me. He finally got on all fours. There you go. There you go. And then he rocked and he swayed. And then he crawled. Yes, love. And then he stood. And then he climbed. And then he walked with assistance. And then holding my hands. Oh, you want to come up? I got you. We danced. Let go, let go. There he is. This way. Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Thank you to Sick Kids Hospital for saving my son's life. Thank you for Aaron O Kids. And people always ask us, what's Ezra up to now? Well, a few years after the videos you just saw, take a look at what he's doing. Do we love this bike? Say, I love this bike.
I love this bike.
Oh, and we're taking the brakes off? Oh, okay.
Okay.
We're off. Ouch. Boy.
Okay.
You're going.
Step me forward.
Well, you push. Show me a big push. Oh, you're going the wrong way. Come on. Come see me. Nice.
I love this bike.
You love it?
Yeah.
You love it?
He's flying. Did you fly?
No,
Fly.
that is them.
Ready?
Day by day.
Go ahead. Let's do one at a time.
One step at a
Foot.
time.
Yeah. That's alright.
Too much to climb.
You are doing it.
2 canes.
2 canes.
1 cane.
Is far away.
Cane, 1 step. 1 cane, 1 step.
Or far
Good. And
ahead.
make sure the cane is flat. That's a little too far ahead.
In the
Good.
unknown.
Let me go there.
Yeah, I'm letting you go. You're doing it. Look
How
down.
much fate is shown.
Now look where you put the cane. The cane has to be flat. Is it flat?
Overwhelming,
Okay.
overpowering,
Then we take a
overbearing.
step. Good boy, good boy.
Let me.
So we take it day by day.
Oh, look where your foot is going. There.
One step at a
On
time.
the one. Make it rhythm though, not just noise. On the one. Ba, 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 on the one. Hey, on the one. Cha, 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 on the one. Where's the one? Where's the 1, 2? Where's the? Hey. Where's the? Where's the? Where's the? 2. Where's the?
How old are you today?
5.
5. Are you gonna walk up these stairs all by yourself? Okay.
These are tricky stairs.
That is a tricky stair.
Okay, so just.
There, start right. Perfect. Good problem solving is. You got it, babe.
Got this?
You got this. Good job, babe. One more. Whoa! Big last step. Whoa! Good job. Okay, hold the rails. You just keep watching the rails, okay? And watch where your foot goes. Nice.
And I'm missing step. What if I did a backflip?
As don't do a backflip.
What if I did a backflip, you?
Very good.
I don't want to go back up.
Nope. 2 more steps.
2 more steps.
Last step. Here we go. You can do it. You got this, S. Whoa! Put the foot down. Yeah. Give me a high five.